Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the One Meal Channel. I'm a 20-something-year-old living in the Midwestern United States, and I only eat one meal today. Today, I'm going to show you the meal that I make that involves steak. Very simple and easy to make. We'll put it together in no time at all. Thank you for watching, where we have videos every single week. I look forward to filming more videos to you in the future. Let's see what we got. A little bit of garlic is good. Some green beans. So this is assorted vegetables. I swear I have. There we go. These frozen green beans, if you don't have fresh, self-canned green beans, these frozen green beans are actually pretty fantastic. They retain their crunch when you heat them up. They taste good salted. I like them a lot. I think they're the best. I think they're better than the traditional canned stuff that you get from the store. I used to get canned green beans, or used to make canned green beans myself. Those are obviously the best. But if you don't have that, this alternative will work. So let's grab some butter. Yeah, and I've been changing it up recently. I know, say only one meal a day, but I have been just getting some bacon and eggs done in the morning. So that is a separate meal, but it has been helping because I'm not even capable of eating enough food to get the calories that I need for some of my meals. So I'm trying to get my egg consumption out of the way in the morning, like 2 pieces of bacon and 6 eggs, which is great. And then just my regular meal in the afternoon or the evening. Usually, the reason I started eating one meal a day is generally I would just get tired no matter what I ate. It could be all protein, could be all fat, could be high in carbs. It didn't matter. I would just get really tired whenever I ate. And so I said, well, if I'm going to get tired no matter when I eat, I might as well just eat at the end of the day when I'm done with work. If I eat just eggs, those eggs actually don't make me tired. So I've been doing that a little bit more recently. All right, simple potatoes. Good old kitchen knife. Let's see what we got here. Keep the skins on. You can take them off if you want, but just more work. This knife could use another sharpening here pretty soon. Let's get to that point. If you want really nice presentation, you'll score the skin of these potatoes. They're relatively thick. They're about 1/4 of an inch. All I like to do is score these end pieces, the ones with the most skin on them, because you're not going to flip them. You're just going to hold them in one direction the whole time. So we'll place these on the edges and place these in the middle. We'll let that go for a little bit. It always helps to add a tiny amount of olive oil. It assists in keeping that butter from burning. As the temperature rises, that will soak in and mix with everything else. This steak is extremely simple. I went to the butcher. This is a New York strip steak. It's been sitting out basically all day so that it is room temperature, and it is very much room temperature. It's probably a ½ inch thick, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. I don't really trim it up. I don't trim it up much because I like the fat. And this is going to cook extremely quickly. It has been marinated. I seasoned it as soon as it reached room temperature with garlic, salt, and pepper. It's been sitting out for probably 6 hours now. So it's ready to go. It's kind of getting gummy, which I like. And it will cook up in 2 minutes before it gets to a medium rare. Medium rare. We are not concerned about that. And it's going to be the last thing that we cook up. We're going to take some fresh garlic, get it prepared for our steak. This also would go great with your green beans. What I would do when I had canned green beans myself is I would put just whole cloves of garlic in with the brine that it was resting in, which came out really nice. Something about pickled garlic with pickled green beans, it goes a long way. We're struggling here with the peel at the bottom. See if we can get this done sooner rather than later. I noticed the bigger and more bulbous the garlic is that you get from the store, the easier it is to peel. Of course, there are exceptions. This is the exception. Yeah, and I'm going to keep this relatively large. Not really going to mince this. I'm just going to consider this just some chopped garlic. You know, beware, your fingers are going to smell like garlic for a while, no matter how much you clean them. That's a nice big piece of garlic right there, really nice. All right, I guess I will mince this side. Kind of lost. Lost my grasp on it. Perfect. Well, that'll be good. That's going to go great with our pan here. We're going to get this nice and fiery hot. We'll put a little bit of oil and a little bit of butter in here. Add the garlic. It's going to turn out fantastic. Let's add a little bit more seasoning. Let's see if I have some rosemary. I think I did. Oh yeah, we have a lot of rosemary. Perfect for this kind of stuff. I think a little bit of thyme. Let's see how this thyme smells. Yeah, I think the combination is good. Nice rich flavor. Great. And we'll do a slight amount of paprika as well. You can't go wrong with that. Otherwise, we'll do this, our regular garlic salt. We'll grab our tongs, our ceremonious tongs, and start giving these a flip. We have a good temperature on these. We just have to remind ourselves that we cut these relatively thick and we did not score them. So even if they get a good cook on the outside, it's going to take a while to give them a cook on the inside. And as always, we're looking to be able to break them in half with a knife. If we can, with a fork. If we can break them in half with a fork, then we're in a great position. Any other flavors or seasonings that we want to add? I'll add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce into the pan that we're cooking the steak in. Soy sauce and teriyaki sauce can stay. I think another thing that I really like to cook with is onions. That's always nice. And I have a ton of onions. So I may cook with that a little bit later, but I'm on that green bean grind. Green bean, potatoes, and steak. I think that's good enough. We'll start getting into the onions a little bit later. So let's open up our green beans. I think this bag is, what, 1.5 pounds? This is about 1.5 pounds. Probably gives me 4 servings. Probably gives me 4 servings. Yeah. One of the things that I hate about, cooking, I wouldn't call this restaurant quality, but just like restaurant style, where you have 3 different courses, 3 different, you have your sides and you have your main course that all come together, is that if you want the timing to be right, you have to have 3 different pans and cook everything separately at different heats and different temperatures to make sure it comes out at the perfect time with perfect heat and temperature to all be assembled together. I hate that. I just want to throw everything into one pan and get it done by itself. So ideally, we'd have this whole pan just for the green beans. It's okay. We'll make do without it. Yeah, this steak is going to be fantastic. I mean, as you can see, it's getting gummy, which is good. And seriously, it is going to cook up in just 2 minutes. I'm confident it'll be done in 2 minutes. So I'm going to wait for, my potatoes and green beans to be done, and then we're just going to put this in the pan, season it, baste it really quickly, and then get it set up on our plate. We're essentially done with our cooking already. So medium high. We'll do our olive oil. We will close this door. We will prep our butter. Okay, what's going on here? Struggling over here. I'm getting impatient. There we go. Just a little bit too much butter. I think we'll do half of it. Half of it seems about right. Perfect. We'll keep the other half there just in case we do in fact need it, although I don't think we will. Well, this is a non-stick pan. Usually I use the cast iron, but I noticed that the cast iron was losing, this wasn't seasoned well. I seasoned it a little bit, but apparently not well enough. So I put 4 more coatings on, 4 more layers of oil today, and seasoned it an hour each time. So put on a layer, seasoned it in the oven for an hour, did that 4 times, and it's still kind of resting. It's a little warm, so I'm gonna let it rest overnight, and then we'll start using the cast iron again. But anyway, I bring up the non-stick because we're going to do something dangerous here. So we're going to take a fork out and test these potatoes. Yeah, so the potatoes are, you know, they're working, they're fine. But I'd say they're probably only halfway done with being fully cooked. Which means, I don't know, probably they're probably halfway to the cooked level that we want it to be, which means we probably are 75% of the way there. So let's admire my cast iron. Look how shiny that is. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Huge improvement from the way it was yesterday. So yeah, it's probably good to cook on now, but I'm just gonna let it cool and rest for a day, and we'll start using it tomorrow. Might even put another layer on that. If you're interested in getting one of those for yourself, you can get it here on Amazon. The link is down in the description below. Lodge has been incredible. They also gave me all sorts of other stuff. Here is like a burger press. I use it for the smash burgers the other day. This entire thing right here is a big skillet that Noah uses. It's extremely heavy, but it's frankly pretty badass. And I got a kit, that gave me all of these other pieces, and they are not seasoned yet because I haven't had a reason to use them. But when I get around to it, I will use them. I could kind of be a cast iron guy for the rest of my life. Just need to season 5 different things. Wish there was an oven big enough for that. So, okay. Well, with these potatoes almost being done, these green beans, you know, thawed and are now warm, I can see that we're now getting some burning in our pan. Our oil is starting to burn. So I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm not going to put the butter in yet. I want a good sear on our steak, so I'm not going to put the butter in just yet. Just going to take it off the heat so we don't get a horrible burning smell. Let's check the way this looks on the opposite side. Yeah, this still needs to cook for a while. We still have some cooking that needs to take place over here, ladies and gentlemen. Green beans are good. I'll take a bite. Maybe I won't. Oh my goodness. Maybe I won't. If you listen closely, you might even be able to hear that crunch. But yeah, these potatoes need to go for a little bit longer. I'll put this back. Maybe even turn the temperature down a little bit. Still rip-roaring hot. But I mean, these potatoes, they gotta go for a while longer. They need to cook more. And get them closer to the center. We want a fully cooked potato here. And again, like I said, this steak, I'm serious, the steak is going to finish cooking in like 2 minutes. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be absolutely easy. So again, let's take a look at this. That's better. So that's nice and soft. That's good. Nice. All right. Well, hey, we'll leave it right here in the middle. We'll give it a quick flip. I was hesitant to do it before, but we'll give it a quick flip. Give it some seasoning. I'll even flip these over and season these. And it's time. It's time for our steak. All right. we'll do our best. So, take the steak, drop it away from you. Immediately turn the heat up. We're going to get a nice sear on that. Immediately put the butter in. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Put our rosemary in. Thyme. Finally, like I said, some paprika. That isn't the butter burning, that's the Worcestershire sauce. Small spoon. Good. Good piece right there. I don't know how Gordon Ramsay does it, where he just flicks all the butter up really quickly like this and doesn't make a mess. I'm like launching the butter up and over the steak. It's not working out. So, there we go. We're going to take the green beans. These green beans are, you can see the moisture kind of leaving the pan here. So we're going to start taking these green beans out while the steak cooks up on the opposite side. Yeah, you know what? I actually think these tongs will do a better job. So let's take a look at that. Yep. Yep. There we go. Finally the potatoes, yep, nice and golden on this side. Looking good. Looking good. Golden potatoes, well seasoned. Turn this off. Good. We got a nice crust on that side. And the butter is now starting to burn. Yeah, we won't worry about it. We'll just add our steak to our pile here. I'm gonna give a little bit of a butter over the top of the potatoes. A little bit more on top of the steak. We'll take our spoon and add some of that garlic back over here. And that garlic's going to go great with the potatoes as well. So a little bit to be concerned about. We're going to have a bed of butter here at the bottom. But when we take our first photo, nobody will notice. Nobody will be the wiser. Okay. Well, we have plenty to clean up. But for a meal, we have plenty to enjoy. Very simple, easy, but incredible meal. We'll take this photo for the gram. Love that. And of course, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we will take a bite into our food. You know what they say, you're supposed to let the meat rest for a while. But do you really want to stick around for 5 more minutes while we don't enjoy that beautiful slab of meat? Green beans are still nice and warm, seasoned really well. They aren't watery. We'll do the test here. This is the thickest piece here on the bottom. Can I get through it with a fork? I'm a little nervous. Oh yeah, never mind. What was I worried about? Look at that. Easy. Pretty thick piece of potato as well. It's like having mashed potatoes with a crispy outside. And when you know, the skin keeps this together, so we're going to use a knife. But when you score the skin, or excuse me, the meat like this, you actually get crispier edges. Okay, well, let's see how I did on the meat. We're going to cut this right down through the middle. We're going to lose some juices for not letting it rest, but I think we did a good job. Nice pink in the center, beautiful. Trying to get it without a shadow for you, but we did good with this piece of meat. We're gonna lose some of the juices for not letting it rest more, but that's fine with me. Not trying to impress anybody, just trying to fill my belly. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I'm going to have this out for you shortly, and I'll have another video for you later. Bye.